Hey, family, welcome to the Hype Man channel. You came to be motivated, we came to take you there. So let's grow better, be better, do better. And
Yes,
before we
sir.
get started, oh, yes, sir. And before we get started, like, subscribe, ring the bell, and drop a comment even before the video even gets started because we got some fire coming. Come on now. How you feeling, coach?
Man, I'm doing good, iMANi. How are you, man? It's so good to see you again,
Yes,
basement.
sir. Yeah, you feel me? Light work, man. It's great to see you too, coach, man. Well,
Man, missed you, brother. Missed you.
I missed you too, man. Like a lot of exciting stuff's been happening. Like we gonna get to it, but let's start service level and we'll work our way to the core. So service level, big fight this weekend. We know we got some fight fans out there. If you know what fight we talking about, drop it down below. Drop who you want to be, who you want to win, and be honest. Don't change the results now. You know who you want now that you know who won and everything. But talk to me, coach. How you feel about the fight this last weekend?
Man, you know what? I was surprised, I guess, at how it went. Carnelo and Vivi, right?
Canelo and Bivol, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I was surprised, but not surprised.
Mm,
And it was just it was a solid fight, man. I enjoyed the action. But yeah, man, you see what happens when you apply yourself to hard work, and no matter what the
mm,
commentary and what people say, you bring your best forward. I wouldn't say
yes,
this gentleman was a nobody, but he wasn't as popular as Carnelo coming in as pound for pound
yeah,
undisputed. And so it just taught me a lesson. It's like, again, it's people may say one thing about you, people may have one thought about you, but it's about how you show up
yes,
as it relates to your signature move, you
yes,
know, and how you press forward in confidence of what you practice and what you know. And I was impressed at how that young brother stuck to his game plan. Even when he got to the point
yeah.
where he had got some really good combinations off the
Canelo.
Carmelo, and he was like, "Come on, man, come on, come on," and he was like, "No, you come on. I'm sticking to my game plan. I'm not jeopardizing this fight to come and try to fight your fight. We gonna box," and that's just what he did. Put a boxing clinic on.
And that was the most, in my opinion, the reason, like the crux reason why he won. It was his discipline to his game plan. He came there knowing exactly what he needed to do. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that know all the technicality to it, but he knew he had to outbox him. You know what I'm saying? When it all came down to it, he knew if he tried to slug it out, even though I mean, he wasn't super heavier, but that was more like Canelo usually doesn't fight that heavy. You know what I'm saying? So it was a thing where he knew if he stuck to his game plan and purely outboxed him, Canelo was going to just blow himself out with all the power punches. For me, just taking it back to what you said earlier, when it came to what he had really going against him. If I remember correctly, he's a Russian fighter. We all know what's going on in the world right now. So you have that. He's less known. Canelo is he's the guy when it comes to, like, he's the most popular guy right now. There's so much going against this guy, but the fact that he activated and did what he needed to do, and even when he was winning, he respected Canelo enough to say, "Nah, you come to me. I'm not playing this game with you. I'm not, like, you feel me." And it was just amazing to see. Like, I found it a little disappointing of Canelo, but what I really found interesting and what I really took most from this is, does it down Canelo or does it big up Mayweather? You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like, is Canelo bad or does this just solidify Mayweather's legacy? And though he's been doing a lot of these, joke fights with a lot of, fighters that aren't on his level, it kind of reminds people like, oh, wait, Mayweather tore this guy apart and was almost 20 pounds lighter than him at the time. Like, when it came to their weight classes, everybody said it was only because Canelo was lower in his weight class, but then we see Canelo get picked apart by a fighter who only had 19 wins. Yeah, he had a lot more, uh, non-pro fights, but at the same time, it was that whole thing. And just to bring the biggest lesson around, just, man, there will always be somebody better than you. You know what I'm saying? You can't get too comfortable, because I feel like what Canelo really did, he just got so much in the thing. I'm gonna just keep throwing the power punches, or I'm like in this move, in this correlation, the signature move. You don't think about what you're doing. You just keep throwing your signature move because you know you always win when you do it. But you got to have a strategy that you know every situation that you can apply to it. You know, there's a lot of young professionals out there that are great, have great talking skills, or have great looks, or have great financial success, or have great success for whatever reason that is their signature move. But I believe is also, remember, just because you got a signature move, now it's time to build a strategy to use your signature move with, or you will find what happened with Canelo is going to happen to you, where now you sitting there like, why is my signature move working? Power punch, power punch. And you sitting there like, dang, like I lost. And even after the judges, you know, they controversial, but you know, even after the judges, you know, it was clear that Canelo lost the fight completely. I implore you to watch it, like the full fight, not the highlights. Watch the full fight. It was a blowout. But the fact it was that 115 to 113, judges couldn't even cheat it out of Bivol's win. So it's just incredible to see the champ go down like that, but also, you know, a humbling time for him to remember. It's great you got a signature move. Let's see what else you're gonna do with it. So yeah.
Man, it was, and I want people to take time to comment, kind of basically uh, on what you had just talked about as it relates to upskilling and retooling and
Talk to me.
staying current, um,
Yeah.
and relevant.
Mm.
Um, you said something very powerful. Did this have a ramification on, Canelo's career, or did this, more or less, uh, bring out, Mayweather and solidify his career as, who he was? And it was, it's
Mm-hmm.
two powerful lessons in that. One, be great in
Yeah.
who you were called to be. Stay in your wheelhouse. Stay in your lane. And that's what Mayweather has done through all the negative uh, commentary and positive commentary. It's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people that hold Mayweather the great, amazing fighter, but there's a lot of people who come against him as a boogeyman,
Mm-hmm.
even
Yep.
during his career and after his career. But if there's one thing that Mayweather did, was he stayed true to who he is and was as a professional boxer,
Yep.
a professional boxer and a businessman.
Yeah.
And he stuck to it and didn't, while he was being talked about, he wasn't trying to please the naysayers. He knew
Yes.
who he was, and he didn't stray from it, right? And like you said, Imani, earlier, that's he say, she say regarding who was fighting who
Right.
and who is
Who,
ducking who. That
like,
that that
who's
story will go on with Mayweather and Canelo for years to come.
right.
I think the most powerful point is what you're bringing up is that Mayweather stayed the course. And you know, I want to give Canelo, his pub too. These are professional athletes. I don't want to down anybody, but I think what highlights to me about Mayweather was is that he reskilled and uptooled, meaning that when he said that I am retiring, he went into even more of a business mode and came out to do these exhibition bouts to build up his business and build up his brand,
Right.
meaning that I'm about to turn it up another level.
And
And
in
I,
that,
I I wanted to implore, our business people out here that, when you go through a season of your signature move, find out how you can continually rebrand yourself, but still stay true to who you are.
right. I
You want to
think
speak
one
on
big
that?
thing, yeah, I think one big thing that I like your perspective on it, because a lot of people, even me, kind of like, I enjoyed the Mayweather versus Logan Paul thing. You know, Logan Paul did exceptionally well, But I'll definitely say I kind of look down on Mayweather because I'm like, why are you doing this? You're making it look like like the old saying, oh, to see God bleed kind of thing. But it's a thing where at the same time, I like your perspective because
I
well, this one thing I liked your perspective because it kind of said like he's not just a boxer, he's a businessman, but even more, he's an entertainer. And there's one thing you can definitely say about the Logan Paul versus Mayweather fight. It was entertaining. You know, he is a boxer. He's a great boxer. He's a great businessman. You know what I'm saying? But he's an entertainer as well. So go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, I just want to agree with you on that, iMANi. It did kind of break my heart to see this professional fighter switch over to entertainment.
Yeah.
Um, he's one of the greatest, but
Right.
at the same time, he was sharing with us at the end of the day, I'm Money Mayweather. I am an entertainer, and I'm going to make my money. So, can you hate a man? Can you hate a man for being great? Can you
Hey,
hate a man for being great? And
exactly.
that's one thing that I learned from iMANi Mason. Don't rob anybody from being great. You may disagree with them. They may get up on one side of the bed, you may get up on the other side of the bed. You may disagree with all of their principles. But one
Yep.
thing that's going to keep me at peace and keep me on my pathway is not to look at somebody else to lower my standards and talk about them. My my thing is that, and my one of my new mantras is don't stop anybody from being great.
Mm,
So
I
what I
like.
say is be intentional at being great, because can't nobody be you but you.
Yes, I love that, Coach.
That's taking my saying, your saying, and Tulani's saying and putting it together. But
Yes.
when you interfere with people being great and coming out of your wheelhouse to go talk down on somebody takes up energy. You have to leave your flow state in order to compare or contradict or criticize. And
Exactly.
I want to be a person that maintains a certain vibration. And in order to do that, I'm just going to say, when somebody asks me how I'm doing, I'm great, man. How are you? I know you being great, and I can disagree totally with them, but you know what? Who am I to tell you about what you're doing? Yeah, I mean, I might disagree this, that, and the other, but when you're at a certain level in life, it's different if you're a mentee or you're an apprentice. But most people that I interact with outside of that realm are adults and men and women alike. I'm not going to interfere with you being great.
Mhm. Exactly. And
And
I want
if there's anything that I can do to encourage you, it's gonna be my example.
exactly. And I want to add on to that and just say I think of abundance versus scarcity is what really attributes to that, like that wanting to take the other's greatness. You know what I'm saying? You look at we'll bring up keep going with the Mayweather story. You know what I'm saying? Like could Mayweather have gotten so great by bringing others down or continue to hone his own skill? You know what I'm saying? I believe that abundance mentality that he has, not just financially, but also when it comes to his training, it helps attribute to why he keeps getting better. He never thinks on the best. I can stop. No, he said, no, there's always room for growth when it comes to me. And when you move more to like that scarcity mindset, you're saying, oh, I have to stifle others' energy so I can stay at the top versus just pushing yourself, which takes more work, but it's way more rewarding. You know what I'm saying? I know in my own career right now as a musician, you know, I'm a professional musician. I do this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm getting gigs here and there. I'm doing what I do and I love it. But even at my level, I'm still finding places to re-hone and tighten up screws and re-tighten up my skills. Like when it comes to reading sheet music. Yeah, I can read sheet music. Like I do what a read sheet music providing me with a read English. But even then, at this level, I find myself having to retighten it up. Say, okay, let me tighten this up. Let me tighten this up. Because people are hitting me up gigs and they're handing me standard notation. They're like, okay, can you have this ready for us? I'm like, yeah, I can. And when I see that, yeah, I can do it, but it takes a little bit more longer than I would like it. This is when it's time to get back in the shed and be grateful that I have something to work on. And I have a new thing, a new goal to set forth and to be competent in when it comes to my sight reading and everything. And that's an opportunity for me to practice that Mayweather mentality. Some people call it the Mamba mentality of always finding the thing to progress forward. You look at Kobe and Mayweather, all the greats in their field, Oprah, you know what I'm saying? Eugene, Coach Green Gene, the top of their field. You see these people, how do they stay so tight with what they do? Is because they have that Mamba mentality, that mentality of there's always somewhere I can improve. Not because I don't love where I'm at, but because I desire and I know there's something better out there for me than where I'm at right now.
iMANi, can I say that every time I finish talking to you, I feel like running for the president of whatever. I feel huge and humongous. Your spirit of encouragement is so beautiful, man. I just want to say I
Thank you.
love you for that.
Thank
The
you.
takeaway, because me and your mom just got through talking about it, getting in the shed,
Yes.
reskilling and uptooling.
Yes.
Don't ever become a stranger of the shed, because
Yes.
even Iron Man, when he got his workshop taken from him, he got put in the cave and he had to use the scraps and resources that was around him. That's how he came up with the Iron Man uh suit.
Exactly.
When you've taken down to your bare minimum and you've been
Mm.
stripped of all the technology and everything that they were, and you were brought down to your least common denominator. You're getting in that shed and unclothing and reskilling and
Mm.
developing more of the strengths and insights and awareness that you have, even when you thought you got to a certain place. And that's why I love what you said earlier in this particular broadcast. You said, don't be common,
Mm.
because you
Yeah.
can get common and get lazy in the mentality and the mind, and you begin to become uh, common with your surroundings
Yes.
and
Get
be
complacent.
desensitized. You can be desensitized.
Yes.
So I'd like you to talk on before we go to the next part or whatever. Just talk a little bit of money about how do we keep from being common and desensitizing ourselves and staying. How do we stay on the edge? And as you're commenting, I want some people
Okay.
to make their comments down in the comment section about how do you stay on the edge? What do you
Mm.
do, Imani?
Well, I'll use the example of my life. I always look for the next challenge, not because it's comfortable, but because I got to go to it. The head, heart, hands. You know what I'm saying? Human being. I said this in an interview I had the other day. Um, Humans need adversity. Humans need challenge. Humans need something to overcome because that gives us purpose. You know what I'm saying? People talk like a lot of these gurus saying you got to find your purpose. You got to find your purpose. The purpose is always there, right in front of you. You have to find what you want to get done and why you want to get done and why you want it to get done. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the asking yourself, why do you want it? And then putting the pure intention behind it so you can actualize it. You know what I'm saying? You can bring to light anything you want. So when I say all that, when I say the answer is I'm always finding a new challenge for myself, is because I look to be at that next level because I know I'm great, but there's another, like, my standard for great cannot be capped off at Imani Mason at almost 25 years old. Because when I get here, I'm 25 years old. Am I really about to ride this till I'm 30, 40, 50, 60? No, like at 25, I'm at the level I need to be at and I'm doing exceptional. But now, so what's going to challenge me next? That's what I love about games, about life, about music, about everything I do. I enjoy and look for the challenge. It's frustrating in a lot of times, but it's also that aha moment. That's what brings me life. And that's what keeps me sharp, finding those aha moments. But that only comes from finding the challenge. How about you, Coach? What keeps you sharp, man? What keeps you sharp in the tool shed, man?
Man, let me tell you something, bruh. Humility. Humility
Oh,
keeps me sharp. Let me tell you something. When shadows arise, You have to understand that the light is always present.
mm,
See, you said something really critical and key. It's actually a principle in life: the yin and the yang,
mm,
the light and the shadow. Resistance is a part of life.
mm.
There is no life without death and death without life. It's all synonymous.
Yes,
Electricity is able to flow because of resistance.
exactly.
And so we should understand when we receive resistance, or when we have a trial, or when times get dark, the only reason why you can recognize darkness or recognize a shadow is because there was light. And
Yes.
so they complement one another. So when a shadow or darkness arises, we shouldn't put our head down. Yes, it's challenging. We may have to put our head down, but we're putting our head down so we can walk to the shed.
Mm. Yeah.
I don't put my head down to fall. And if I fall, I'm going to fall in the direction towards the shed. So when I roll over, I'm closer to the door of the shed because I know
Mm.
that's what my superpowers are. So I crawl to the shed and I sit in a
Yes.
chair, and then I start putting my fingers on that keyboard, or I start busting out a couple of push-ups. Then I go ahead and fast, do some intermittent fasting. Don't eat till 10 o'clock. Don't eat till 12 o'clock. Don't eat till 2 o'clock. Then my strength starts to restore. My mental
Yeah.
awareness starts to get keen. I start talking to the ancestors. Then I get on my knees and I start to breathe.
Mm. Yes. I love that coach, man. He said, go
I'm
ahead.
I'm I'm trying to develop my inner man,
Mm.
and I want my inner man to speak more, and I
Mm.
need to say less.
Wow.
And it's been a very powerful time for me. And I want to thank you to be a part of that impartation in my life. I thank you for being a positive motivation in my life, in your mother's life. Because why? We just came up with the app. We
Yes,
vibe, we
sir! Yes, sir!
fit. It's out the bag, people. It is out the bag.
Yes.
We want you guys to join me and Dr. Dula, my beautiful wife. We have an app that is finished, and we're about to start coming up with the advertisement uh, marketing strategy. But for our audience today, we're giving you a sneak preview of the app We Vibe, We Fit. And Monty's going to put that down in the description. We, W-E, Vibe, V-I-B-E, We, W-E, Fit,
Yes.
F-I-T. What does that mean? We were created as humans to be in relationship.
Yes.
Relationship helps us to navigate the world around us. So, what is the purpose? The purpose is to vibrate at a certain frequency so you can find out how you fit in this world with yourselves and others. And so
Exactly.
what the app is an actual representation of tools of what my wife and I have come together with over 30 years of experience, education, and research, and just sharing um, from how we see relationships to prosper, right?
Yes.
How to walk in partnership. And so this tool is a link for you to be able to use in your journey of relationships or partnership. So it's a
Mm.
lot there, and iMANi had actually took time, and his brothers to take time to edit and go through and give us their list of things that we can do to heighten the actual experience for you guys to enjoy. And so I wanted to say thank you, iMANi, and thank you to your brothers.
No problem at all. Being part of that beta test team was amazing. You feel me? It was extremely like I never seeing it act like holding it in my hands and going through the app and all the features and really thinking about how it can apply in my real life right here in my real life. Like when it comes to relationships towards, women that I'm thinking about partnership with, I'm looking like, dude, I actually would use this in my real life. Like if Apple or Microsoft were to release this app and I saw it come up on my app on advertisement while I was watching Hulu or something, I would literally get this app and use it daily. You feel me?
Yes.
The usefulness and the tactfulness and the thoughtfulness and the experience that you can just feel through it. It's not like a theory, it's something that actually works. Not
Wow.
just because like, oh, it worked for them. No, it's a set of systems that have worked for them in their relationship, but for all of the relationships they've aided towards success for the last 30 years is just, it's amazing to see it. And the fact I'm not surprised that the app is so amazing. I'm surprised they were able to fit 30 years of knowledge into a 3 by 6 inch screen. I was just like, wow. That was what surprised me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I didn't like they from the verbiage and everything is so user friendly. It's the colors, everything just connects to my heart, and I absolutely love it. And I'm gonna just tell y'all right now, dopest outfits I've ever seen. Y'all will see Dr. Dula and Coach Green Jean in some of the most finest, luxurious African garbs on the planet. I'm telling you guys, check it out. It will be down in the description. We vibe, we fit. It is the next level. It will no, it will help you take your relationships to the next level with your friends, family, especially in my generation. I'm in that 24, 25. Everybody's saying, hey, you getting married yet? This is how you start vetting out those people and remembering, wait, why did I stop messing with her again? Oh, she bust the windows out of my car. That's what she did. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's why I went. Oh, it was just the sexual relationship we have. Or oh, she's amazing. Everything was all right. A lot of folks out there, she didn't allow my spiritual beliefs. I loved her. We were growing together. Mentally was on point. Physically was working out together. All these great things, but spiritually we weren't in line. She was too attached to the physical realm, and I'm trying to ascend to a place, whether it's religiously, spiritually. Got the Christians out there, Muslims, everybody out there. It breaks all boundaries and allows you to come to one place and be like, hey, this is why I desire this person, or this is why I have to let this person move on out of my life. So I absolutely loved it. I could talk about it all day. You feel me? It's still, I absolutely love it. You know what I'm saying? And I really want to congratulate you all because y'all did something amazing here. Y'all made something great. Y'all really, really made something great, Coach. So yeah.
iMANi, thank you so much. Of course, the best is yet to come. I was waiting to share with everyone about this app. And iMANi, you and your brothers were a great part of that. And the best is yet to come because the app is only the beginning. We have some other information that we want to share and for people to be a part of our process. But yeah, I wanted to say thank you. Thank you, iMANi. So
100%. Hey, no problem at all. And as we start wrapping it up, I got to do it. The beer check-in, boy. Check in with it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shit, yes, sir.
man, you know what?
Man,
One
I
day I'm
love
gonna
it. I
come to the
love it, man.
broadcast and I'm gonna have it all combed out and everything. And it's like every time I come to the broadcast, but it's growing in, man. It's growing in. It's doing the thing, man. I've been doing a lot of repairs and stuff in the house, man. Let me see your beard, man. Let me see what you got going
But
on.
everything's going great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right here is filling up better than ever has. Right now,
Yes.
my
I like
toughest
it.
journey is these right here. I'm still seeing some resistance right here
It's looking
in
real
this
nice.
section right here, which a lot of men see. Under the beard is looking great. Side, everything's looking good. Of course, like I do the line up.
I
But when it
stopped
comes
cutting.
down to it, I actually this
I stopped cutting up under here, iMANi. I was
Yeah.
cutting up under here, but I stopped now, and I'm gonna start letting this grow.
Yeah. For me, what I do is I will go down here and I find my natural jawline. And I kind of go there, like where like you'll feel if you feel your jaw right here, you could feel where your jaw naturally like sits. You know what I'm saying? It's
Okay.
different for everybody. Some people like, well, not jaw, but it's like a muscle or something. Like I don't want to start listening to body parts and say the wrong thing, but it's something you could feel right here that naturally sits on your face, the portion right before it hits the neck. That's why I do it at least. But actually, this time, instead of giving a beer tip, I want to reach out to the audience because I believe it takes a village to raise a child. And I think it takes an amazing community of hype men and hype women to help take the beard games, the mullet game. So I actually want to reach out to y'all. If y'all have any tips for us, you feel me? For like, when it comes to closing up this little gap right here, drop it down in the comment sections. Put us on because we're here to grow together. And I'm never too big to get some advice. You know what I'm saying? But that's wait for the beard. Can you give us the health and wellness check-in then?
Yeah, and with the health and wellness tip, I want to do the same thing, invite the community down there. If you have a health and wellness tip for us, share your comment below. But if there was anything that I had to say regarding health and wellness, a tip is give yourself a positive affirmation daily. So when you wake up to start your
Yes.
day, what is your positive affirmation for that day? Today, I am
Mm,
light, I am love. I am the
mm,
express image of the Creator's power. I am light. I am love. I am the express image of the Creator's power. Each
yeah.
day, give yourself a positive affirmation because you owe it to yourself. Because guess what?
Yes.
You are great.
Yes. I'll receive that one, coach, right there. So if there any is there's not anything else, we love you guys. Have an amazing day. Y'all be easy. Peace.